Greetings, Peacekeepers, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus Mod. We're going to jump right into things to make sure that we can capture this planet before things all go to hell. Anyway, so we have been attacking this planet continuously over and over and over, and, well, we've finally managed to neutralize it. This has not been our longest siege. I do believe that 26, the location 20 by 6, was probably our longest siege. But this has been an important one, because once we take this, we move it on for the next attack and the surrounding areas. The reason why we're jumping immediately into this is because last episode we had managed to, flip it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But we didn't have time to go through and do an entire other mission in order to secure the kill. We are trying to keep episodes between 20 and 30 minutes. So because of that, we had to end there, and then we had to pop back on in order to whatchamacallit, snap your fingers, try and remember what the heck you were about to say, in order to reset the mission, because I basically have to restart the game every single time I play. It's much more stable that way, I've noticed. Earlier on, I tried to just, record a whole bunch of episodes in a row, and that did not work, because what ended up happening is the game would get unstable and would crash a whole heck of a lot more often, and I'd have to replay parts, and then I'd have to redo things, and it wasn't as much fun. And the goal of this theory is to have fun and introduce people who may not know about this game to this game. So I'm not going to do things that ain't fun, and so the simple solution that I found to that pretty much resolved most of my crashing. I mean, you've all been here for a few of them, or at least some of you have. What seems to resolve most of my crashing is you quit, you save the game, you quit, you leave, and then you come back to the game about a couple minutes later. And it all works out. But anyway, so we've been kicking butt, taking names, completely wiped out the entire southern sphere of Gorn influence at this point, and now we're just busy shoving up against the wall. And as you can see, we're starting to run into a few other races ships we don't normally run into. So these are the Merak, they are the missile people, the cat people. Not quite Japanese level of cat people, but you'll get the idea. And they are what I would consider to be my favorite race to play as in this game, or at least they were until the last time I used to play this game, which was before I really understood how it worked. And one of the things you'll kind of notice about players who are getting into this game and don't really know what to do, an easy way to get into the game is to just play the Merak. Because the Merak, because they use missiles, and missiles take 0 power, they allow you to maintain extremely high speeds, so you're zipping all over the cosmos. You don't have to worry about accuracy, because missiles are 100% accurate. They just can be shot down. So there's some consideration for that, but not a whole heck of a lot. So they're a really good race, I think, to get used to playing, just because they're easy to use. Excuse me. Now, once you start getting into more complex ways of using them, like how to set up a proper missile barrage, and when to barrage and when not to, and just sort of how to pick and choose your fights, especially in the later era, when everybody starts packing either D-type plasma torpedoes or point defense systems in droves, then it gets a little bit more complicated. But if you start in the early era, you've got time. Although the early era is, frankly, the hardest for the Merak, because they have slow drones, and slow drones may be free, but they're really, really hard to use. Okay, not really hard to use, but a little bit hard to use. Because you can't just shoot things. Let's fire these. There we go. And that left our X-type phasers available and ready for this run. Anyway, as I'm rambling on about the Merak, I loved playing them. They became my favorite race. Missile, because even back when I first originally started playing Starfleet Command on the demo disc for the original Starfleet Command, the only ships that I really ever felt super comfortable and happy using, partially because I was fairly young at the time and didn't understand anything about the game, were missile cruisers, Federation missile cruisers. The Grozny was the name of the cruiser that I would very, very often use. So we have taken this planet. Excellent work, everybody. Popping up here, not seeing much. We're just going to push on to the edge just for a little bit. May as well get the free patrol in there. Not waste a whole ton of time. And hit that red alert. Do we have a target? We do not. Let's immediately begin work on one of these. A wild whistle, because the odds are the enemy will be out there somewhere. The truth is out there. Not seeing any targets as of yet, but that will change very shortly. We will increase our speed very slightly. We don't need to go super fast for this. Because, well, we're still charging a lot of weapon systems. That is the one downside that I'm really kind of seeing with ISC X-type ships is they can't move and shoot, like, and charge everything. But it looks like we've only got a single freighter. Let's kick up the speed. If it's just a single freighter, there will be no contest. Most other X-type ships for other races won't have much of a problem just moving and shooting. I mean, I think the Federation cruiser that we had... Hey, there's another one. It's a light cruiser. We're not going to worry about them yet anyway. Most of them can maintain a speed of like 14 to 16 without too much trouble while charging all weapons at half capacitor. But, you know, that's not really a big deal. Because X-type phasers, as long as you're not using the overload, it doesn't matter. Okay, you're dead. Next, please. It's the light cruiser. Set a probe his way. What's he got? A D and 2 Gs. So the Gs could be interesting. Each one deals 20 damage. It's just an extended range F. A very useful piece of technology and kit. G, of course, for Gorn torpedo. All weapons select. And you're dead. And we'll slow down time. Back to regular people level. Yeah, see, if you can play the game at that speed all the time, congratulations, you're very quick. You'll get through this campaign a heck of a lot faster than I ever do. I would not want to have to fight this entire game like that. We neutralize the territory. There's probably not a whole lot left for the Gorn to sort of, like, pump out their influence. So, shipyard. Wait a second. If I were to sell one of these ships, I would make 2,000. Well, 2,200, but if it's a full. That almost puts me in range of a Battleship X, which, hilariously, is no longer here. Like, we were constantly seeing BBXs, and now that I'm actually thinking about maybe buying one sometime soon, it's gone. I don't see an X-type cruiser anyway. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. We've got a couple of DPs, advanced plasma destroyers, equipped with no less than 4 Gs and 2 Fs. Now, they may not be big torpedoes, but that's a lot of them. So we'll go to supply, patch up the 106 damage that got taken on the shield breaker. I'm not sure what happened to him. Oh yeah, we got into like a bit of a flurry at one point, and so yeah, things worked out in the end. I mean, we did well. We're good. Just 2 shuttles for us. Thank you. Head out on the map, and let's continue to secure the area. Go on a mission here. It's another surprise reversed. Excellent. Surprise reverses make our lives very, very easy because we don't get shot at. Hit the red alert. Who are we looking at? It's the Hydrons. Ooh. That's right, the Hydrons. Well, they are very far from home. Okay, so we're going to split this screen up just temporarily for the purposes of like demonstrating how far from home these guys are. Down here in this corner is where the Hydrons are. Then there's the Klingons right here, then the Federation right here, and then up here in the corner is the Gorn. They've had to pass through Klingon space, through Federation space, through what is now occupied our space, to finally have gotten through to this this end of Gorn space. Also, over here is the Lyrans, right here is the Mirak, down here is the Romulans, and this is us. Now, if you can mentally, like, do that, which I think all of us can, it's a pretty accurate map of the galaxy. And like I said, at some point in the near future, probably after the first, I kind of want to call it the first series, because what we're going to end up doing for this is we're going to do one campaign for everybody. And then I think that'll be the first series, because we're doing these in seasons. Each race is a season, and then each full romp through the galaxy, I suppose, would be a series. But after the first series is done, likely, we're going to do a custom map with things a little bit more messed up than they normally would be, because there is a map editor that is available, and I have it, and I'm still messing around with it, trying to learn it properly. But yeah, I think that'd be interesting. Maybe by then we'll have enough people who are sort of more active in the comments section so that we can actually sort of puzzle together what a cool universe would be. And if not, you know, I'll go back to the Starfleet Battles maps and sort of make little zoomed in parts of those maps, because we get a nice overview of the galaxy as is right now with the galaxy map we have. But then there were a lot of little wars that happened between a smaller number of races, and we could expand those. And so that's one of the things I'm actually really looking forward to. Who did you shoot those plasma torpedoes at? I'm assuming him. It doesn't matter. We'll target you. You are a... actually, no, we do need to target you. You're a light cruiser. Right? Or too close. We can't tell anymore. Whoops, wrong button. I want to be looking here. Select. Charge, charge, charge. A little bit more. Fire. You. Whoop. Gotta slow down. Gotta slow down. All weapons select. Nope. Select the target in front of me. Thank you. We're dead. Next. Next is this CU, this Cusair? Cusair? Something like that? Cuirass? I can't remember if it's named after the armor or like some kind of horseman. Aha, your G-type phasers were not enough to save you. We've only given him moderate damage, and we'll spank him with the G's for a bit. It's not much of a threat, quite frankly. It would have been really helpful if you had fired that at that. Did we try and shoot down our own? I'm not sure. I think we may have tried to shoot down our own friendly torpedo. Overload all the phasers, because why not? And we need to slow down a bit more. Stand by. Fire control. Not killing anybody. Turn. Maybe we'll kill him with the G's, but I don't think so. More moderate damage. And that's all the phasers. More of the phasers, and still nothing. We'll give you the, this. Yeah, that thing that we shoot. The Prince Haddon. The Prince Haddon what? Yeah, bad joke. But anyway. One of the destroyers, he just went active. Oh my god, it's the one who's crippled. Okay, he's gonna save everybody. Just you watch. You're dead. Boom. PPD is personally the most satisfying way you can kill somebody. It's just too much fun. It is illegal amounts of fun. So yeah. Enjoying. Having good times. Kicking butt, taking names. That's what we're all about. In our X-type ships. More cache made, more tiles neutralized. Peek. We'll take a little bit of a peek. It's a patrol. Okay, excellent. So this is a good peek so far. Stealth gapping, always a good thing. And we're starting to cut them in half again. We sort of have this thing where we like to cut empires in half. And I've just realized I'm doing it again. Okay, light cruiser. It's an Orion type though. Yeah, it's lying to me. It shows this. So this is a Merak heavy cruiser. This is a light cruiser, and it's an Orion light cruiser, and it's one of these interesting kit-bashy cruisers where what they ended up doing was they took the model and they flipped it and duplicated it and put it on top of itself, which I'm guessing is an actual kit bash. I mean, that would make sense for kit bashers. And we've also got another light cruiser, so both heavy war destroyers, which totally makes sense for a kit basher because. I mean, have you seen like the Kirov class that we used to command way back during season 1? That battle cruiser, it's essentially a Constitution, but you just flatten out the nacelles, and it's the same ship. Early kit bashes were really like that, and then people got more creative, and also had more kits to play with. Although, speaking of other series, and we're kind of spitballing at this point. There's a TNG mod for this game, which I think I should download and check out. And I wonder if it will have my favorite TNG class, the Norlands class. I don't know why, I just like that little ship. It's like the destroyer version of the Galaxy class. It's very cool. If you've never seen it, look it up. It was a kit bash Galaxy class that they ended up changing the size of the windows and stuff to make you think that it was smaller than it was. But at the end of the day, it really was just a Galaxy class kit bash. And then they put like triple weapon pods on it, but the weapon pods are actually painted over highlighters. Oh, creative stuff, just creative fun stuff that you can do if you get into visual effects, especially if you get into television visual effects. Now I know a lot of it's moving to computer, but back then, I mean, scale models was where it's at. He's fired his torpedoes at it. It's an S and 2 Gs. I'm really not that impressed. Oh, you maintained lock. Mostly. Oh, that was the S-type torpedo. Misread it. G's are orange. S-types are yellow. And we've murderized your buddies. And I don't have a shot with plasma torpedoes because you are cloaked, and cloaking people annoy me. Okay, so we've got a second wild weasel ready. We might need it for this guy. He's got the same armor. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's got 2 Gs and S. Do you have 2 Gs? You do. Oh, so you have the same... Oh, so that's like 3 plasma torpedoes being spat my way right now, isn't it? Target you. That's going to miss. And then I'm going to fire this. And then I'm going to fire this. And then I'm going to go to this. And you're going to cry. Because you underestimated my power. More fighters coming in. Let's pick up some speed. Just as soon as we can. The fighters are dead, of course, because we're good at our job. Actually, no, because the D-type plasma torpedo is good at its job. It's terrifyingly strong. And I would never want to fight one. So we'll get a little closer. Click, click, click. So we overload. Let's make sure that we hit everything we possibly can on this. You're not going to turn in time. Excellent work. We're just ripping into these guys. Orion Pirates? Not really a threat. I mean, they think they are, but they're not. We got this guy skulking around in cloak. Oh, he comes out, cloak. He's going to try and do something. Do you have plasma torpedoes ready? Are you going to fire them at my friend? I don't think it'll work out for you. I mean, it could, but I don't think so. Now you're going to fire it at me again. Probe. So he did fire one. We'll take it. The shield's held. Okay, so that one exploded, thanks to the heavy bombardment cruiser. I think the ISC heavy bombardment cruiser is the closest thing to a normal cruiser. And what I mean by that is, so the Federation one has super heavy photon torpedo and phaser armament, and has no defenses. This guy still has a plasma D. I mean, the only thing that changed in terms of his defenses is he's got these 2 S-type torpedoes fire forward. But he still has rear-firing defense because he's got 2 PPDs that shoot backwards. Keep running. Yeah, you keep doing that thing. So, it's the most balanced bombardment cruiser I think there is. Now, I could be wrong. I haven't toured all the races bombardment cruisers. But it really kind of feels that way sometimes. Stop. All up and select. Oh, I got there first. And there, he's not exactly happy that we decided to steal his thunder on that one. He's like, what the heck, man, I had it. Well, yeah, you did, but it was fun, wasn't it? Wow, we've neutralized that one, too. We're putting a lot of influence on this area. Let's hit another patrol and see if we can't fully secure this. Dude, right? Hit that red alert. It's a heavy cruiser. Oh my god, are we stealing dilithium crystals? I think that we are. Let's check it out. Transporter room, what do you see? You see dilithium crystals. Ah, yes, the thing that makes warp travel possible. That and unobtainium. Let's reduce that so that we're not sapping power. Click that. Reinforce to there. Now, I don't want you to use battery. I don't want you to use battery, but I don't know if I've turned the battery off or on. It's not really clear. Because I'm asking for way more power than what I can actually afford. And it tries to fill up the shield reinforcement that I'm calling for, even though I don't have the power to do it. So let's select forward weapons, PPDs. Actually, no, we don't. We're going to focus on a dreadnought. Oh, hi. Hi! I was not paying attention to you. First of all, we're going to go that one, because that'll be important. We're going to put this back up to 100%. We will select you, and you, set to overload. We're going to need a sensor decoy. Now, we are going to have an advantage in this battle. He is going to fire at this guy first. And you'll notice, not you, you. He's a little bit doubled up, a little bit messed up right now. But that's okay. All the more reason not to play Orion Pirates. So we're going to steal his dilithium crystals, then we're going to go hunting a dreadnought. He'll probably have, I would say, at least 2 R-type torpedoes, maybe 3. He's only a DNT, so he's actually kind of like the tender version, the PF carrier. So we are almost in range for a transporter. We need to be at 5.99. 6. Turn, turn, turn. And once I get to the port side shielding, we will beam. Beam it in. Thank you for your dilithium crystals. You have more? Beam in all of them. Okay, is it just not updating? I guess we're destroying systems? I don't know. Oh, crap! We are way closer than I thought we were. All up and select. You. Fire all weapons. And engage this target at will. Okay, so he wild whistled. Jeez, wow, was not paying attention, was too busy worrying about dilithium crystal theft. And his things are gone. So 2 more torpedoes. S-type torpedoes. They're not the biggest torpedoes. I mean, they only do 30 damage. But still, it's a nice amount. And he's crippled already. Can I steal you? Yeah, let's check it out. Marines, if we wanted to steal him, what would it... 21. 21. That would be a very difficult steal. So I don't think we're going to do that. Sadly, I don't think we have the manpower to do it. They're dead. Excellent work, everybody. High fives all round. Good job. Took out the dreadnought. Stole the dilithium crystals. All in a day's work. Would be cool if we could have stolen the dreadnought, but, you know. I'm trying to figure out why he's there, though. Just, you know, lore story-wise. So we've taken that. Wow, this is a very productive episode. We've taken a planet and a space station. Let's go here. Mission. Another patrol. We're just on a roll out here. Although the shield breaker does need a little bit of patchwork. Hit that ready button. And hit that red alert button. We're supported by a DNP. A plasma dreadnought. And in just a moment we will explain how cool this plasma dreadnought is. He has 4 S-type torpedoes and 8 I-type torpedoes. Okay, he's not nearly as cool as I thought he was. I was like, oh my god, he's going to have like a bajillion plasmas because he's a DNP and the P is obviously for plasma. No. No, he's only got 4 plasma torpedoes and quite frankly they're of the same vintage as what we've got. Sure, 8 I-type torpedoes actually, the only thing he's actually getting out of this is 2 rear-firing Fs and then 6 defensive rear-firing Fs. Fighting a DNT, so there is an actual enemy dreadnought in this enemy fleet. Reinforce that forward shielding. Go to maximum on that and shut off the battery. I don't want to be sapping battery. And we're using pretty much all the excess now. Are we able to charge all weapons, sir? Well enough. We're pouring all the excess energy into shield reinforcement. Of course, we want to make sure that our phasers will be hitting like trucks, like the trucks that they are. You are supported by another heavy cruiser who is sort of with you. Crap. Alright, so new plan. We're going to hide behind the dreadnought. Why are we hiding behind the dreadnought? He's bigger than us. You let the biggest guys fight first, and then you come in afterwards. And actually, he's not well suited for a long-range fight. He doesn't have the weaponry for it. He's only got 4 S-type torpedoes. That's not long range at all. So the Claw, we're gonna follow you in. We're on your wing. You take the lead. It's only proper. I mean, you're the dreadnought. We're only heavy cruisers. It would make no sense for heavy cruisers to be in the lead, right? I mean, you want the glory and prestige. Yeah, he slowed down even for us to catch up, obviously. So we're gonna set up in the rear, and I believe they have launched their have they launched? They've got to have, of some description. They will have PFs somewhere around here. Is this dreadnought seriously like focusing us? Really? You think we're the main threat? Okay, immediately my command only. Ooh, Another wild weasel ready. Let's keep them coming. We're gonna need them. No, you're focused on the You're focused on my buddy. Yeah. Okay, so he's committed on the dreadnought. That's a lot of plasma about to fly. And we will now engage. And you will engage. And we will hit you with all the engagement firepower that we can possibly muster. All weapons select. We're going to make this one nice and close. I don't think I'm going to even need all my firepower for this. Okay, so the dreadnoughts are dead. Both dreadnoughts murdered each other. He has launched a wild weasel. Oh, but he beamed. He beamed and it shut off, and you saw the zig and the zag of the torpedo, and it was beautiful. The retreating fire PPDs of the wonderful heavy mobile cruiser. We're about to take 4 torpedoes to the side, which is not really cool, but we don't have much of a choice in that. Unless we can wipe him out just with this fire, which... maybe. No, not quite. Are they firing? Yes, they are. Okay, so his PFs are dead. We need to build range. We need to build range because the only weapons available to us right now are PPDs. He's crippled. Let's increase speed. Let's get this done in true ISC fashion. Target locked. Oh, it's glorious. Just watching this ship shatter. 3, 2, 1. Once again, we steal the thunder of the shield breaker. Didn't quite have the opportunity to take the shot. Well, he did take the shot, but he didn't hit it because we killed it first. Because beams are faster than plasma. 194. Really? A dreadnought was killed in that battle and only 194? So we're going to go to the shipyard and just do a quick run through. I see no XCAs. Oops. A DNP is too weak for what we want. We will buy one of 4 ships. One of 4 ships is what we're keeping an eye out for. An XCA, an XCB, so an X-type heavy cruiser or an X-type heavy bombardment cruiser, a BBX or a BBVX, so a battleship or a battleship carrier. Anything else is not worth it. I mean, we have 8,000 prestige. We're about to have a little bit less because I don't know if we'll still have 8,000 prestige when we're done re-equipping. But there's really no point to buying anything smaller. In this game, escorts, once you get to the point where you are literally buying, well, a dreadnought or a battleship, escorts, and you're already into X-type cruisers, escorts just don't matter. So that's going to wrap it up for an episode for today. Very efficient episode. Took a planet, took a starbase. Once again, cut the Gorn in half. So it's good right there. We'll probably crush this little corner. I mean, there's not much. We own this station. It just hasn't updated on the map yet. So crushing these territories ought to be the work of just a few moments. But a very efficient episode. We've been doing pretty well. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press the little bell icon. Press the little bell icon. Leave a comment. Yes, we would appreciate comments. Just sort of tell me how you think things are going. And also, we are getting towards the end, so what do we do next? The question is either going to be Lyran or Merak. One of the 2 animal races is going to be next. And I'm interested to see which ones you guys want to do next. Anyway, I will see you all in the next episode.